Hello everyone and welcome to MHS Sports on MHTV. I'm Jess Burton and today we're at Staff Sergeant Christopher Piper Field at the Alex Kulovich Athletic Complex on the campus of Marblehead High School as the Magicians field hockey team takes on the Beverly Panthers. We'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner and bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV, and stay tuned to the end of the game for the Marblehead Sports Shop Player of the Game. Well, the field hockey team comes into the game riding a 3-game win streak. They are 3-1-1 overall, already off to one of their best seasons in the past few years under new head coach Allison Carey. Beverly playing their best field hockey of the season through 4 games. They're coming off a 3-3 tie against Newton South and a 5-0 win over Danvers. This is their 3rd straight road game. They lost their first 2 games this season. So we should have a pretty good battle today between these two. An NEC conference matchup. Magicians are 2-0 in conference with wins over Peabody and Saugus. The Panthers are 1-1 in conference with their loss to Masco and win over Danvers. Play 4 15-minute quarters. The Magicians have it on their side of the field here in the opening half minute. Now Beverly controlling, trying to get it to midfield. Pops up and hits the body of number 14, Kellyanne Salem. And will be given back to Beverly for the moment. Keep your eye on Kellyanne. She is one of the better players on the team and is a junior captain. You don't often see junior captains, but she has that kind of poise and potential and skill for her teammates to vote her one of the 5 captains for Marblehead this season. Her sister Ava was a standout player on the team over the last couple of years as well. Kellyanne is captain along with Chloe Rowland, Kate Andriano, Paige Waldman, and Avery Weiser. When I spoke to them in the preseason, they were very excited about the potential that the team has. They were energized by the coaching change to Coach Carey. And it's shown through their first 5 games. Again, with a winning record for the first time in a few years. They did lose their opener 3-0 to Malden Catholic, but that's a tough team to play, especially to open with. But kind of set the tone for the season. You play a tough team like that early on, you see kind of what you're made of. And then after they got blanked by Malden Catholic, they played Bishop Fenwick in their second game and tied them 5-5. One of the higher scoring field hockey games that you'll see. And the offense has not stopped since then. They scored 4 goals in a 4-1 win over Peabody. And then a 2-1 win, a 1-0 win over Saugus. So a little bit down there, but it was a motivating win for the team. They won with 43 seconds left in the game. 0-0 on the board almost the entire way. And it was Sadie Bean who scored her 3rd goal of the season to give the Magicians the road win over the Sachems. And then they just beat Everett yesterday here on Piper Field, 3-0. One thing that the Magicians program has going for them right now is that they have been able to fill out all three teams' rosters, the freshmen, or if they call it JV2, the JV roster, and the varsity roster, packed to the gills with players. It's a good thing to see, because this is a program that was successful for a very long time, and after a few down years seems to have potential at all three levels. And they played a team in Everett yesterday that had a handful of boys on the team because they don't have enough girls in their program to even fill out a varsity roster. There's a call that goes against Beverly. This is Paige Waldman, who will begin an offensive possession for the Magicians. She gets run into, and she'll get to reset and try again here. The defender coming up quick on her. I believe that should stay with the Magicians as it hit number 5, Madeline LeBlanc, in the legs. Waldman is a captain for the girls hockey team in the winter as well. She was captain as a junior last year for that program. Assume she will be captain once again this winter. But she'll get through the field hockey season first before taken to the ice for the hockey season. Coach Carey's assistant coaches this year are Charlotte Plackens, who had an outstanding athletic career here at MHS, especially as a standout pitcher for the softball team. There's a chance for Beverly. They bring it up with some speed. Gets to the end line. Shot goes wide of the net, but the whistle comes first, and Beverly's going to have a free position shot here. And then Megan Partham is also an assistant coach. She played some field hockey at Salem State over the last few years before graduating. So a strong coaching staff for the Magicians this year. First free position shot that we see here goes to Beverly. They pass it out to the wing. There's a low shot. And a nice play defensively by the Magicians to stop that chance. Salem battling for it. She earns the whistle. Makes a solid pass up to number 9, Anna Rausch, and then her pass, she was looking up to get it to Charlotte Gretton, a sophomore, number 43, up ahead of her. It was taken away. This call is going to go against MHS. From right at the top of the key, it'll be Madeline LeBlanc with the restart for Beverly. LeBlanc is one of 3 captains for the Panthers, along with number 15, Morgan Linsky, and number 12, Lily Scotty. And here's some play down on the goal line. They bring it through the middle. Nobody there for the Panthers. It gets through a bunch of bodies. It's batted around a little bit. Slap shot from LeBlanc. Magicians need to clear. They cannot. And another scoring opportunity coming here for the Panthers. This is their second chance to try to break past the Magicians' goalie, Elizabeth Hayes. She's a junior. She has started every game so far for the Magicians. They go back down low to Avery LeBlanc. And they'll get another chance here. So Avery LeBlanc is a sophomore. Madeline LeBlanc is the senior. Long pass. And that goes out of bounds. off the stick of Madeline LeBlanc. The sisters trying to connect there on that setup, but they do not. It looked like it hit Waldman on its way out, and it did. That's why they give the ball back to Beverly at the 25. That breaks through the middle. Dangerous chance. Beverly couldn't get to it. Nicely played by Hayden Mitchell, number 31 for the Magicians, to collect it and carry it out to about the 20 before she runs into a defender. Quick restart here for Beverly. They're going to try to catch the Magicians off guard. LeBlanc fires, and it is kicked just wide of the post. A nice hard shot from Madeline LeBlanc. Caused the Magicians some problems, but they get out of it. But it was last touched by Hayes in net. So they'll once again bring it out to the 25 and set up the Panthers with another possession. And they've had the ball for a long time here on this side of the field. That hit Kellyanne Salem on the body somewhere, maybe on her feet, so they give it back to Beverly. Here's a bounce-in shot, and it's tapped in, and it's 1-0 Panthers. Lily Scotty, the captain for Beverly, puts the Panthers on the board. Beverly had the ball on their side for minutes, and the Magicians unable to clear. They got away with a couple of the free position shots, then a few of those close calls that went by the posts. Brought back out to the 25, and the Panthers make the most of that long possession and lead it here in the first. They're right back to it here on the attack. They send it middle. It's loose. Kicked away by Hayes. Cleared out by Salem. Number 9, Sophia Ruiz, got her stick on it. Able to slow the roll and keep it in for a moment. Here comes Kellyanne with a defender on her hip. Gets the pass away. Challenged hard at about the 45-yard line was Charlotte Gretton by number 16, Nola Redmond. And Redmond takes it away right after the quick restart. Anna Rausch takes it away from her, and a whistle goes against Beverly and Redmond. With 3:20 left in the first, Salem lines up a slap shot, kind of whiffed on it. Gets back to it quickly, but Redmond is going to push it back towards midfield. That got caught up underneath the feet of Hayden Mitchell. It'll go back to Beverly. Sharp pass, deflects off of Caroline Blank, number 7, and pops over to her teammate. Beverly carries towards the sideline where they lose possession. Back to the Magicians, and then they do the same. To midfield with Blank. Pass connects. They work it past the 20. They look middle. Hayes kicks it back in the direction in which it came. Kellyanne Salem, nice job in the middle. Get it to the sideline. Number 12, Elise Donnellan, having some trouble controlling initially. Now brings it on the backhand up to about the 35. And it's going to stay with the Magicians. Nice job by Donnellan. And Salem as well. Number 1, this is number 1 for Beverly, Fiona Bazin. She's getting the ball upfield quickly. Finds a teammate in the middle, and they score! It's 2-0 Panthers. They got to figure out how to stop Fiona Bazin. She is setting the tone for the Beverly offense, bringing it up that far side and looking middle time and time again. This time she connects with number 9, Sophia Ruiz, for the second goal in the first quarter by Beverly. The Magicians need some cleaner hits. Hayden Mitchell comes up empty on that attempt. Gives it back to the Panthers. It'll be started by number 6, Ashley Wallace. Then she takes a hard shoulder from Mitchell. The Magicians will keep the ball. That kicks off of Kellyanne Salem and out of bounds, back to the Panthers. This is not the start that you want if you're the Magicians, but this is exactly the road start that Beverly came here intending to have. They are playing hard, and they seem composed in the right spots. And the Magicians are having trouble even possessing the ball on their side of the field here in the first quarter, and there's 40 seconds left. This is a foot race to it. Redmond gets there, scoops it back. Salem, a nice challenge along the sideline. Kellyanne thought it went out. Ashley Wallace was going to play it anyway, but the referee agrees with Salem that it went out. So Wallace will restart from that position. Final 15 seconds on a rolling clock throughout the first quarter. And that will do it. And after one, a shocking start to this one as Beverly leads 2-0. We'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner in bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this. Back for the second quarter. Beverly will start at midfield with the 2-0 lead. They're trying to snap the Magicians' 3-game win streak off to a good start. They will continue to go right to left. Magicians left to right. The Magicians won the coin flip. I believe they chose to shoot in the direction of their bench in the second half. Beverly really controlled time of possession in the first quarter. They have it across midfield here early. Bazin's open. They can't get it to her. A nice play by Elise Donnellan to knock it away from her. Both Sadie Bean and Layla Dulac standing on the sidelines right now, not in the game. The two of them lead the team in goals scored with 3 each. As Bazin trying to work towards the end line again and draws another penalty against the Magicians. So another free position shot coming here. And a chance for Beverly to go up by 3. They're 0 for 2 so far. Avery LeBlanc starts it. Collected at the top. Spinning pass over to the other LeBlanc. And it is going to be Magician's ball as that popped up and hit a body. But a nifty pass by Morgan Linsky over to Maddie LeBlanc. The Magicians turn it over right away. Luckily, they're able to drag it back onto one of their sticks, and then they give it back right away. So trouble clearing the zone continues here for the Magicians early on in quarter 2. Backhand shot into the middle. Bazin on the end line. Puts it middle, feet in front of the goal. Magicians push it out of there. Into the middle, a pop-up shot. It's going to be Marblehead ball. The Beverly defense stout right now. They have not allowed the Magicians to get the ball across midfield for more than a few seconds. 0 scoring opportunities, and really not even close for the Magicians. Maybe here as they finally get it across the timeline. Nothing working right now for the home team. Smooth move right there for LeBlanc to get around the defender. The hard shot bounces off a body. And taken out by Salem, but not far enough before giving right back to LeBlanc. It goes through to Bazin. Bazin looking middle. Off of Kate Andriano. And it will go out of bounds and be another chance here for Beverly. Marblehead defense and Elizabeth Hayes busy here in the first quarter plus. Hayes and Maggie Bouchain split time in net in the win yesterday against Everett. It's the first time I believe this year Bouchain has seen action, and that is a strong play from the defense as it got by Hayes. It was cleared out initially, but they score on the putback. And it's 3-0 Beverly. Looks like that goal scored by Linsky. It was an excellent play initially by Romina McGrath, standing behind Hayes to keep the first one out of the net. But her pass went right out to Linsky, and she buried the putback. Magicians coming off 2 shutout wins in their last 2 games. Have now given up 3 already here in this one. The clock's not moving right now, which is probably a table issue. First chance here for the Magicians. Magicians have a chance off the free position shot. They miss wide, and they did forget to start the clock. So I got the attention of one of the players on the bench for Marblehead and went over and told the table to start running it, but that was about a minute of extra field hockey we're going to get this afternoon. This pass flipped forward. And a Roush challenged right away by Ashley Wallace. And Wallace, the sophomore from Beverly. Excuse me, that's number 2. That's LeBlanc, sophomore as well, though. They both are playing really well here in the first half for the Panthers. This is Wallace. A bump by Salem. It's going to be Beverly ball. Magicians just having trouble stringing passes together in their own zone. They get to the sideline, should stay with them. Some body contact from Madeline LeBlanc. Oh, poor pass. Bazin takes it away from Waldman. Magicians take it back. Salem fighting through 2 defenders. Earns a whistle. They get it to about the 12-yard line, and the whistle goes against them. 8 minutes to play before halftime. Hard slap shot all the way to the end line. Bazin looks middle, finds a teammate, and they score again. 4-0 Panthers. That is Lily Scotty, her second of the game. And they have to stop Bazin. Those passes middle are killing them right now. This is Carolyn Black, just checked into the game, a promising junior. Played well as a sophomore last year. What a half for Beverly. Just no life from the Magicians. The offense that has scored 13 goals through the last 4 games after being shut out in their opener, being shut out here at home in the first half by the Panthers. But the Panthers' offense, nothing to shrug off. They've scored 8 goals in their last 2 games. 5-0 win at Danvers, 3-3 tie at Newton South. This is the third of 3 straight road games for Beverly, and they're trying to go undefeated on the trip. Bazin trying to weave through defenders, has it poked away by Waldman. Finally, they shut down one of her rushes. Hard pass, it connects. Might have popped up off of the stick of Ruiz and hit her in the leg. The ball goes back to the Magicians. Nice defensive play by Captain Avery Weiser to come up and stop that attack. This gets to Adriano. She was the last line of defense there. Now Weiser joins her, and so does Black. They're able to force it out of bounds. .345 left in the second quarter. Pass to a wide open Avery Height. Knocked away from Donnellan, back to Height from Bazin. She played it wrong. The Magicians will have it. Waldman steps up for the restart. Golfs it forward. Right to Height. Turnover. Here comes Bazin. She's hit by Waldman. They'll bring the ball back to that spot where the contact was made. This is a freshman. Height. Middle. Stopped by Waldman. Back to the top. Battle between Wallace and Black. The call goes against Black and the black and red. And the Panthers will have a free position shot, looking to add to their goal total here before halftime. Already leading 4-0. They talk over strategy before LeBlanc brings it down to the end line. The Magicians packed in the net. Someone needs to make a defensive play here. LeBlanc out to her sister. It bounces through. It gets back to Avery LeBlanc just in front of the net. Hayes down to a knee and pokes it out. That's the play they needed, because that was dangerously close to goal number 5. Magicians can't break past midfield on the return trip. That's off of Wallace, back to the Magicians. Line drive pass off the leg of Caroline Blank, excuse me. They have two LeBlancs and Caroline Blank. It's going to be Marblehead ball brought out of the corner by Andriano. Skips off the stick of Black. Up ahead. A chance for the Magicians before the half, and they put it home. That's exactly what they needed. A late goal in the half by Layla Dulac puts the Magicians on the board with under a minute left. Hopefully that gives them some momentum into the second half. That is her fourth goal of the season. Now leads the team all by herself in goals scored. Panthers ball in scoring range, 15 seconds left. Over to Bazin, she'll chase it to the end line. Pass doesn't come off her stick cleanly. 3 seconds left, clock running, and that will bring us to half. But the Magicians get on the board in the final minute. Let's see if that helps them going into the third quarter. But at halftime, Beverly leads 4-1. We'd like to remind you MHTV is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. If you're enjoying this production of MHS Sports on MHTV, please click subscribe on our YouTube page and consider making a donation by visiting our website, marbleheadtv.org, and clicking on the donate button. We'll be back after this with second half action. Welcome back to MHS Sports on MHTV. The third quarter about to get underway between the Magicians and the Panthers. See what kind of tricks the Magicians have up their sleeves here in the second half to try to get back in this one. They trail 4-1 after 30 minutes of field hockey action. Trying to keep their 3-game win streak alive, but Beverly came here with something different in mind. They played well in the first half. More connected, more spaced, and found the back of the net a surprising 4 times. A lot of pressure here on the Magicians, who didn't have many scoring opportunities in the first half. Let's hope that changes here in the final 30 minutes. One thing the Magicians have to adjust at halftime is how to stop this player right here, Fiona Bazin, who continues to wreak havoc already in the first half minute of the third quarter. Gets it low, sends it middle, but luckily the Magicians are going to get out of this attack. But Bazin with at least one, maybe a couple of assists in the first half. And she kept working that angle. What was the far sideline, now the near side. The Magicians unable to cut those passes from her off that were going middle. And a couple goals from Lily Scotty. One she definitely set up to Ruiz. And then Morgan Linsky with a goal as well for the Panthers. Layla Dulac, the tally for the Magicians. Her team leading 4th goal. Panthers on the attack, kicked out by Hayes. Right back to the shooter, Maddie LeBlanc. LeBlanc going to try a turnaround shot that hits Waldman, and that's going to be a free shot opportunity for the Panthers. Avery LeBlanc. She started all of these chances for the Panthers here this afternoon. Sends this one out to the wing to Linsky. And that goes in, and it counts. From Linsky, it went back down to Avery LeBlanc. And she took a shot that deflected up in the air and past Hayes, and it is 5-1 Panthers. They score 2.5 minutes into the third quarter. Magicians down by 4 for the second time today. And this is not what we expected when we came here today. Magicians playing so well recently. Off 2 shutout wins. They've outscored their opponents 8-1 in their last 3 games on this win streak. Now the second most goals they've allowed this season. They gave up 5 to Fenwick and 3 to Malden Catholic. Giving up 5 again here today, tied with the most they've given up. You got to think Allison Carey might be considering going to Bouchane in net. But I'm not sure this is all on Elizabeth Hayes' shoulders here today, these goals scored. The defense in front of her has not been good. They've allowed Beverly to get deep in their attacking zone time and time again. And the Magicians just seem out of position and out of sorts here today. Maybe a chance here for them to get one back. And at least they'll have a free opportunity here to set things up. It'll be Carolyn Black to start it. Kellyanne Salem stands at the top. 3 to her left, 1 to her right. They go to Kellyanne. Quick shot off the foot of the defender. Stays in play. And the ball going to go to Beverly. Number 4, Olivia Faletra, senior defender with the initial block on Salem. She will restart here for the Panthers. Flipped forward into the box by the Magicians, but they can't get back to it. They'll chase the Panther ball carrier down in the corner. Salem regains possession, goes low with the pass to Dulac, and it's shoveled out of there by Beverly. Played up the sideline. Andriano will keep it in. Another deflection by Andriano. Goes back to LeBlanc. LeBlanc, short pass to Linsky. It breaks through. Linsky gets back to it. Now she gets by Waldman. Runs into Avery Weiser, who's made a couple of nice plays in that spot of the field here this afternoon. Cuts off that attack. It goes out, last touched by Beverly. Zoe Dwyer, the reverse pass over to Maggie Spencer. Dwyer steals it back, swing and a miss, and I'll give it back to Beverly. Oh, nice play by Dwyer. Steps in again and for another steal, gets hooked by Moschella. Number 10, Mia Moschella, has shown off her strength with that long restart pass that went all the way to the sideline, about 55-yard hit. And she's just a freshman. Here's Waldman, plays it middle, off the stick of Dwyer. Doesn't get through to the goalie, and a big swing and miss from Black, and a dangerous high stick will give the ball back to Beverly. Seven minutes to play here in the third quarter. Andriano steps in to stop what looked like was going to be an open run towards the net by Beverly. Here is Bazin, another pass into the middle that she connects with LeBlanc. Bazin has really been a difference maker here this afternoon. Played by the near sideline. No space for either team to maneuver. Both teams playing hard defensively on that possession. Not sure what the confusion is here. Play was blown dead right as Maggie Grenier tried to put it back in bounds. She'll do it again here. Oh, Salem splits defenders. What a move. Oh, and then goes into the splits trying to keep the ball on her stick. Lost her footing. Awkward fall, but a big smile on her face. So she's all right. Dwyer in the middle. And the whistle goes to Beverly. That restart goes a long way past the outreach sticks of 3 players. Maggie Grenier cuts it off near the sideline, but it'll be played cleanly by Beverly. Back to Bazin, another pass middle. Numbers for Beverly. They turn, they shoot. It's cut off by Andriano and cleared. Panthers regain possession around the 32-yard line. They dribble forward to about the 22. A whistle blows in their favor. Another play down low, cut off by Andriano. Salem trying to get it back for the Magicians. Whistle again in favor of the Panthers. This will be Avery LeBlanc with some space to operate on the restart. Looking for the return pass. Salem cuts that off, but then runs into Caroline Blank. Blank middle to Bazin. And that's the first pass that she's unable to control or keep going. And she steals it off the stick of Weiser, sets up another shot. First one was saved off the stick of Ruiz by Hayes. It went right back to Ruiz, and it went past the far post. And the Magicians get out of another dangerous chance set up by Fiona Bazin. Those two almost hooking up for their second goal of the game, Bazin and Ruiz. 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Fast break chance for Salem, pushes it up ahead. Roland trying to run it down. Slapped through the middle, it's loose. And the Magicians score. And it is Layla Dulac again. Her 5th of the season, 2nd of the game. And it's 5-2. Salem started the rush forward, had some space, played it up to her fellow captain, Chloe Rowland, sent a hard pass through the box. And there was one more touch in there before it got to Dulac, who finished. Layla Dulac, in just her sophomore season, with 5 goals here through the first 6 games. Bazin off the sideline looking for Jones. Pass is cut off with 1:15 left. They'll restart it. Zoe Dwyer was not 5 yards away from LeBlanc. Salem puts it through the legs of LeBlanc, tries to get back to it. Has it taken away by Blank. Bazin, middle, off the stick of Waldman. Beverly maintains possession. Final 10 seconds of the quarter. It bounces through the middle, and the ball will go back to Marblehead. And the clock hits triple zeros. No horn. There it is. That's the end of 3. Both teams score in the third quarter. It's 5-2 after 3. Panthers lead it. I'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner and bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. The fourth quarter is coming up. Welcome back to MHS Sports on MHTV. The fourth quarter about to get underway. The Magicians will start at midfield with the ball, trailing by 3. 5-2. The Panthers lead it. Zoe Dwyer with the first touch of the fourth quarter. Comes back to run a pass. Nice hand-eye concentration there from Dwyer to bounce out on her stick a couple of times. Long pass up ahead, controlled by Beverly. They get the whistle, and Moshella restarts quickly to Bazin, and she's on the move once again. The pass goes middle to Jones. Jones finds some space. They put it on net, kicked away by Hayes. Right back to Jones, defended by Waldman. Salem shovels it out of there, but it goes right to a Panther up top. I think that's LeBlanc. Waldman gets it past Wallace. That's who it is, number 6. She chases it down, as do 2 Magicians. Call goes against the Magicians. Wallace with a quick restart. Just beneath the 15-yard line where Waldman clears it out. And they're going to tell Wallace to move forward to about that spot. Bounces through the middle. Spencer had it for a moment. On the backhand from Linsky, the whistle blows and it'll go to the Magicians. Weiser's pass doesn't go very far. She tries to hustle back to it. Wallace gets there. Plays it to Lily Scotty with a ton of room. Puts it on net. Kicked out by Hayes. To Wallace. Looking middle. Bazin turns, shoots, and an excellent stop by Hayes. Actually, if the Magicians have it, then she probably didn't touch it, but she went into the splits to try to make the save. It might have gone wide of the net. It's tough to tell. Either way, the Magicians escape one more attack from the Panthers. But Beverly has just controlled time of possession all game long. They've had the ball deep with so many chances. An impressive showing here this afternoon from the Panthers, where the Magicians have been so good as of late, just have seemed out of sorts from the opening moments. The Magicians have such a deep roster. They have about 15 subs on the bench. Beverly with just 4 extra players. It's going to bounce through and be kicked out by Hayes. She keeps it low, though, just above the goal line. It's taken away. Played back into the middle, and that's going to bounce off of Waldman, and that will be a free position shot for Beverly. This is such a huge part of the field hockey game, these type of setups, and Beverly has had a ton more than the Magicians have. They've probably had about 8 or 9 of them. The Magicians, I think, have just had 2. Pass back down to LeBlanc, where she has already scored from. Now it's knocked around through the middle. Hayes got to get back in the net. She slides to her left, and the whistle goes against the Magicians. Beverly will set it up again. There was that stretch in the first quarter where Beverly probably had possession on their side of the field for maybe 6 or 7 minutes. With a handful of these attempts, a couple resets from the 25, and then they finally scored. It seems like they've just never stopped scoring since. That was really a tone setter for this one. This bounces through, loose, and Waldman makes a great play. The Magicians shed the masks as play gets out to about the 35. And the whistle goes against the Panthers. The Magicians need to get the ball on their side of the field. They'd love one of those long possessions to go their way. They also need 3 goals the last 9.5 minutes. So if they do get it over there, they can't take too long. They need some quick strikes as well. But that's been a struggle just to get it over midfield and possess it for a long period of time. Both of their goals this afternoon have been on breakouts. Maybe an opportunity here if Spencer can get back to it, but Bazin takes it away from her. Bazin's pass, middle. Oh, what a play. Another setup by Bazin as she turned, worked the sideline, got to the end line. A hard center-in pass bounces off of Gwendolyn Jones over to Lily Scotty, and Scotty finishes for her third goal of the game. A hat trick for the Beverly captain. Makes it 6-2. What a play by Bazin. And then Jones in the right spot for the ball to kick off her stick across the box. Hayes was near post. Scotty was far post. And she buried it as it got to her. For the third time this afternoon, Beverly leads by 4. Now the most goals given up by the Magicians in any game this season. It looks like their 3-game win streak is coming to an end. And Beverly player is hurt. It's Madeline LeBlanc. Comes to the sideline in tears, holding her jaw. And I hope she's all right. Not sure if she caught a high stick or a ball up high. Spencer plays it just in front of the Panthers bench. You can probably see number 5 there on camera being looked at by athletic trainer Maddie Rowe. Play continues down towards the end line where Avery Weiser makes a play on the ball. Gets it towards the sideline. Spencer has it once again taken away by guess who? Bazin. Another pass into the middle. The Magicians got a stick on it, and that goes just wide. It looked like she had set up another one. Sofia Ruiz just misses by inches. Must have been kicked wide. Beverly will have it at the 25. In all sports, you talk about look-ahead spots for certain teams. This might be a look-ahead spot for the Magicians, as they came off an easy win yesterday over Everett, a team that they were probably pretty confident in beating. Now, second day of a back-to-back tough spot, not a lot of time to prepare for this Panthers team. And then on Friday, they play Swampscott. And I know that the girls were really eager to play Swampscott. They always are, doesn't matter what sport it is, but they told me that that was one of the games that they were looking forward to the most this year when I interviewed them preseason. And that game is on Friday right here at home. So maybe not much focus on this game as they did preparing for Everett over the weekend. Then this quick turnaround here. Again, not a lot of time to prepare, just overnight. And then some focus on Friday. Beverly has given them all they can handle here this afternoon. Hopefully the Magicians can regroup and regain their focus for Friday, which I'm sure they'll be locked in to get ready to play their rival. Different scenario for Beverly. They last played on Saturday, so they have taken the last few days to prepare for this Magicians team. And they were well prepared. They've come with a game plan, and they've executed. And they're going to get out of here with a win, barring something drastic. Four minutes to play. It's going to be Magicians' ball. Beverly by 4, 6-2. Swampscott will be a tough one for Marblehead. It doesn't matter if either team is good or bad. The rivalry tends to create a good battle. And then they have Masco after that. They got to travel to Masco for that game. Then maybe a couple soft spots after that towards the end of September and beginning of October for the Magicians as they play Danvers, who this Beverly team beat 5-0. And that goes just wide of the net. As Beverly was looking for goal 7 on a breakaway. So hopefully the Magicians can take care of Danvers. That game on the road as well on the final day of September, and then the calendar flips to October, and they'll play Peabody here at home, and they just beat Peabody on the road 4-1. For Beverly, this is the third of 3 straight road games. They're going to go undefeated through the 3. They're going to go 2-0-1. And then they have their next 3 at home against Gloucester, Haverhill, and Peabody. These two teams will meet again in Beverly on October 14th. It's a 6 o'clock game. The Friday game against Swampscott's a 4 o'clock start here at Piper Field. The bright spot, the positive takeaway from this game is the continued emergence of sophomore Layla Dulac, who scored both Magicians' goals here this afternoon, now up to 5 on the season. Came into the game tied in that category with Sadie Bean. Is now the leader on the team in goals scored. 5 goals through the first 6 games in her sophomore campaign. So Beverly continuing to attack. Another setup by Bazin. Lands at the feet of Hayes. Shot taken by freshman Avery Height. And with under a minute left, Beverly's going to get one more opportunity on a free position shot. Clock continues to wind. Stick around once the game finishes up. We'll take a very short break and then come back with the Marblehead Sports Shop player of the game. Pretty clear who that's going to be. One final chance here for Beverly. The Magicians get the stop with 10 seconds to go. And pretty fitting that Layla Dulac has the ball on her stick for the final seconds. But that does it. Tough one here today for the Magicians. They get tripled up by the visiting Beverly Panthers. 6-2, the final from Piper Field. The Magicians fall to 3-2-1 overall. Their 3-game winning streak is snapped. And Beverly improves to 2-2-1 overall with the win. I'll be right back to announce the Marblehead Sports Shop player of the game. Welcome back to MHS Sports on MHTV. Today's Marblehead Sports Shop player of the game is Layla Dulac. Scored the only 2 goals for the Magicians this afternoon. Congratulations, Layla, from the Marblehead Sports Shop and MHTV on an outstanding start to the season. We'd like to thank the Marblehead Sports Shop for being our community partner and bringing you the Player of the Game award. And we'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner and bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. Once again, the final score from Piper here today, Beverly 6, the Magicians 2. For all of us here at MHTV Sports, I'm Jess Burton. Thanks for watching.